Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another show of the Rick's Tech Pub. Oh, updates. Oh, what's new since yesterday? Not much. Well, there's a few news things that Microsoft. I got my morning stuff done. Hello, John. Hello, Ken. Getting my morning stuff done. Um, I don't know. I was out around 9, 10 this morning. Had a couple things I had to go do and a couple deliveries to make. Um, that lady that I was going to, she should have given better directions to her house because I knew the street I was on. I just didn't know the house she was in and what she was telling me. I mean, I found it after there was this lady standing in her front yard, and I pointed the address on my phone and said, "Where is this address?" She said, That's that blue house down. Oh, okay. So I had to turn around and with a 40, I don't know, 30, almost 40 foot or 30 some foot, 30 some inch trailer, plus my bike, having to turn that around on a sidewalk. It wasn't easy, but I did get it and I got that done and then went and picked up a few more 40-pound boxes, I think they were. And I had to take them kind of still in the northeast area, but kind of mile and a half in the other direction. So went and did that. Oh, I got checks to put in the bank. So that's what I've been doing kind of today, and then I was just oh making phone calls and waiting for phone calls, which reminds me, I probably need to cut this short. Probably about a quarter, two, three, because I got a few phone calls I got to make this afternoon. I don't want to get it too late, so Star Trek. I haven't watched that TV show or movie or whatever it is. I haven't watched that in years. I've got Star Trek, but I think I've got all 5 movies. I think Star Trek. I think. And there's that Picard movie that's supposed to come out, or the series of Picard. I don't know. They said it. They said it was going to or was still going to come out. And I haven't seen hide or hair of it, so it must have been one that never made it because I haven't seen it unless it's still coming out. But I'm surprised. He wanted to do that movie, Picard, as old as he's getting. But I guess that's the last movie he'll be ever be in. I don't know. I've seen all the Star Trek movies, and it takes me about a year or so before I want to go back and watch any of them. Because yeah, they're good shows, but I can't watch one and then a week later go watch the same show or a different one. But I usually wait a while. Email and drop 15 times. Yeah, I think I don't really understand why he does that. And oh, John Williams, you got a bunch of names. You're number one today. Ken is third. I don't know. I don't know about this numbering thing. I guess if YouTube did it for people to talk about it, well, it's working because we're talking about it. But I really don't. I personally don't see a reason for it. But that's just me. I guess it's for people that want to say they're number one. Which, Greg Guy, if you're wanting to be number one on Ken's show, then I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works or what. I haven't really kept up on it. I just know there's a crown there and a number next to it. I guess that's for the number of. There's number one for top comments, and then I guess there's number two for top comments. And I guess Ken, you got a number two, so I guess that's your second comment besides the first one that you made. So then the second comment you make, which I guess is gotta be different than the first one, then that'll be your second number. I don't know. Something don't make sense here. He does. Oh, okay. uh, Grumpy sleeps too much and makes dinner. I doubt if he's gonna make number 100. Oh, he's made it to number one a couple of times. I think he did last night or the night before, and he says, "Ah, beat you guys." I don't know why he's got such a big ego trip about being number one. I guess it's just the way he is. I guess got to be number one in everything, or at least in chat. I've kind of noticed that he's demanded that he be number one in chat, the first one. Oh, I've beat you guys a couple of times. I think I did it the other day. In fact, I know I did because no one else had made a comment, and I don't know, it was 7 something, and Ken's show showed up for a 9 o'clock show, so no one had said hi. I waited a couple of minutes to see if Greg would step in there and say hi before me, but no one did. So I said, "Well, I guess I'll be number one." So I said hello. I don't know. YouTube does things that like this number one, number two thing. Just I guess it's something to talk about. Well, if that's what you wanted, YouTube, it's working because I'm talking about it. And I'm kind of confused. Is that exactly what was your meaning behind all that thing? I'd kind of like to know your understanding of it, but from what I've heard, it's for the number one chat and number two chat. And I think if I'm not mistaken, yes, there's. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Ken. There's really no reason for it. Um, I don't know. Oh, you're second or first in the XP world. Again, YouTube, I don't know why you would think we would be worried about that. I mean, it's good that you're doing that. Yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just trying to piece together what it all means. I've been told it's experience points. I've been told it's this. I've been told it's that. Now I'm being told as of last night, someone sent me a text and my phone's in the other room. Said no, it's not experience point. It's not experience. It's his understanding to it was something completely different. And that if you're gonna be number one, you've got to stay number one. But how do you do that when the next comment you're gonna say is gonna be of a completely different subject or a different whatever? So you wouldn't be number one anymore. You'd be number two. And if you started a third chat or whatever, a third subject, I guess that would be number three. I don't know. YouTube, you've left a lot of open holes in my mind on that. I'm not really sure where you were going with that. You really didn't explain it, and if you did, I missed it, so you might want to try again on that one. It's confusing, yeah. Some of the things that YouTube doesn't make any sense, and this numbering thing for... Yeah, I've seen the other thing also up here. Top fans. Well, you guys know my joke about top fans. Or fans. I don't think I can show you this one. Maybe I can. No, I no. Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I've got a lot of fans. I don't know if they're top fans, but I was gonna show you a bunch of 120 millimeter computer fans and say, yeah, I got I got a lot of fans. Just not the fans that YouTube's talking about. Top fans. I've got top fans too. They're on the top of my case. So I don't know. I'm just being silly because I I don't understand. Maybe when Doug gets back to his regular self and starts doing regular YouTube videos, maybe he can explain some of this stuff if he even understands it. And from the last I heard, this numbering thing that YouTube is doing with number one and number two, I don't think he... Okay, that's air care flying over. Yeah, that was air care flying over my building. An air carrier is from the hospital. That's the air ambulance. They fly them from here to Duluth, or here down to the cities, or here to Fargo, North Dakota. So they've got 3 other hospitals that they go to. Oh, maybe 4. I think there's 1 or 2 hospitals they fly down to the cities to. There's one up in Duluth, and then the other one they go to is Fargo. Hello, yes. How you doing? Thought about attending a quals but cannot. NASCAR Cup on TNT for Sunday. Yeah, I won't be able to watch it here. Here in Minnesota, or at least in my area, they've got it blocked out. They've got a black square around the whole thing, so you maybe see a little bit of a perimeter of the screen itself. The rest of it, they've got a black box over it. So I'd have to hurry up and sign up for cable again and pay another bill that I really don't want to pay. So I'm not gonna get cable for $103 a month. It just doesn't sound reasonable to me. I mean, there's the one for $53, but those channels you really don't want to watch. The ones that you do want to watch, on regular cable. I think they're packaged for that, for including NASCAR. I think it's $102 a month. I think. I don't know. I'd have to ask somebody that lives in this building, and he knows quite a few people at CTC, so I'll have them call them, see what's their. I can't say cheapest because they don't have anything there that's cheap. It all goes from $79 to $102. So yeah, that's why that TV just sits there and collects dust. Because I'm not gonna pay $100 a month for freaking cable. I'm a cheap guy. I'm not paying $100 a month. I don't really want to pay $30 in month, and we weren't. Our old cable system we used to have, we were paying, I think, $26 a month. That was good enough for me because HRA was paying the rest of it. Well, they're not doing that anymore, so. So how's your day? How's your day going? Yes. You having a good day? You having a good Friday? Hope you're having a good day. And believe it or not, it is actually sunny here today. Yeah, the sun is out. Oh. The sun is out, but there's one problem. We have that unhealthy smoke condition in my area again. Which I was out earlier today. I don't know, depended on where you were. Some areas of town you could smell the smoke a little bit better than other areas, but really for the most part, it's not that bad. I mean, they're saying it's unhealthy, but I think the news weather channels around here need to update themselves because, yeah, there is smoke out there, but I don't think it's as bad as it was yesterday. I didn't, well, I went out once. And really, I went out once and I really shouldn't have. 'Cause I could feel that in my throat. Yesterday, I could feel it in my throat, biking around Banner, and it's like, it's smoky out here. Thick. But I had no choice. I had to be out. The one lady's saying, well, I got a check sitting here right on the table for you if you want to come and think. And I told her, I said, you do realize it's smoky outside? Well, yeah, but again, I got this nice check for you. It's like, yeah, I'll be there in a half hour. I was there, I did what she wanted me to do, and before I left, I picked up the check off the table. Yeah. It was a day I really didn't want to be outside. But I was. Um, so I got that all done. Oh yeah, and for the Windows news updates, I only got a few of them here. It's not too much. Windows. They now claim that Windows 11 is the most reliable OS out there. Is the most reliable. I don't think they're. I don't think Windows 11 is the most reliable, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Windows 11 is the most reliable? Basically, they're trying to convince us that Windows 11 Home and Pro. I don't really know how else to word this, but they're trying to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, and uh, some of the legacy stuff they took out, they could have left there. Um, like the old context menu with a right click. You get that nice long context menu, and now they've got it about that long. There's only like 4 or 5 things that show up. There is a way to get it back, but why do that when they could have just left it the way it was? Um, I don't mind Windows 11 and Windows 12 and everything, but I guess they can't really see the whole thing that's really screwing people up, and why we're going to have so many uh, old computers being recycled or whatever. Old computer 400,000 computers are, as of the end of next year, are going to be thrown out because these older computers that some people are still using don't have TPM 2.0. They do have the 2.0. They do have TPM, but I think it's that they've got the 1.0 TPM, and Microsoft wants us running the 2.0. Firefox finally caught up to what Google's been doing for a while, and then you can go to a new tab, and now you can customize that new tab any which way you want to. It's about time, Firefox. You're a little late, but you finally got there. And Ken, and for all of you others out there that are using Brave, in the next Brave update, Brave will then start blocking recall. That recall thing that's going to recall all of your information and supposed to be in one local machine or whatever. I don't know if you believe that, and you're in a much worse hot pile of garbage than what I thought you were, because everybody believes it's going to stay local. Well, how can it be local if Microsoft knows that it's there? That's not local. That's local and Microsoft knowing what you have. It's never really bothered me because I don't keep things on my computers or in my bookmarks or anywhere on my computer that I don't have to worry about that. So, but the thing that is kind of worrying me is at the end of next year and all these unusable computers because they're not compatible with Windows 11, and Microsoft wanting everybody to be on Windows 11. I don't know. Oh, Microsoft is making different other choices that I don't really think are a good thing to do, but yet Brave comes out with a block for recall on their next Brave update when Brave gets updated again, which is going to be pretty soon. At that point, when the next time Brave updates, they will then be blocking recall. Come to think of it, I kind of like to know how Brave is doing that. I know when other people on YouTube tried taking, for one thing, recall can't be removed. It's integrated into the system, into the whole ecosystem of the OS. So Brave, I'm going to retitle it as Brave thinks they will block recall. Even though I don't think they will. I think they are going to actually do that. But like I said, from what I've heard on YouTube and from what other people I've talked to locally and around the United States, is if you try to take out or remove recall, it literally, I think it's of today or a while ago. I don't think I don't know. It's just I know Chris Titus tried it once, and he said there is no safe way to actually uninstall or get rid of recall, because when you do try to get rid of it, the new Windows 11 things that they've got in some parts of Windows 11, those actually disappear and they go back to the legacy. So you know recall is working when you've got those new things in Windows 11, and then you try to disable recall. But when he tried to disable recall, some things in Windows 11 stopped working. So I don't know if he was just not doing things right, or if what he was doing actually did what it looked like it was doing, and it looked like it broke certain things in Windows. So yeah, Windows and recall are not really separable. Um, Everybody until I guess a little while ago thought that you could take recall and several things out of Windows without having any bad repercussions of doing that. Well, now they're finding out that you really can't. If you try forcing recall, which you can't really even find it, it's not in your apps, it's not in your installed programs. There's really no easy way to find recall. So, and if you do start taking out parts that do kind of have to do with recall, Windows starts breaking. Certain things that Windows 11 has go back to the legacy way that they were working. So I guess he did kind of in some way find a way of getting rid of recall, but with everything else that quit working when he did that, his obviously point of view at the end of that was don't try uninstalling do not try uninstalling recall. And I look up again and that glass is still sitting on the top of my desk. When am I going to get rid of that? I will one of these days. So yeah, that'd be kind of interesting as to how Brave does that. Brave is going to block recall. Well, how are they going to do that? Well, I guess Brave really isn't. Hmm. I don't know. That's now I'm starting to wonder because they're not really integrated with Brave. Isn't really integrated with IE or anything with Windows. So maybe in their own way, maybe Brave can block recall. I mean, if you're using Brave, you're not exactly. I don't know. I guess it's possible, but I'd like to see how long it's going to work that way. And I don't know why Brave is doing that in the first place. I don't hear of anybody else that's going out there and just saying, "Hey, we're going to block recall." Well, if Edge started doing that and all these other browsers would just start doing that, then maybe. But I know Edge can't do it. Microsoft Edge can't block recall because Edge is a part of the operating system, and so is recall. So I guess again that goes back to my earlier question: what is Brave doing? Hmm. You know, the next person I think is going to start trying to do this is probably Firefox. Because they're going to start looking at what Brave is doing and they say, well, Brave blocked recall. Why can't we? So I bet you in the next week or in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm wondering if Firefox is going to try something like that. I doubt it. They're kind of going in their own different direction, Firefox, because they've got this new tab thing that you can customize the new tab. You can even, I do believe, I'm going to try it here really quick. I think you can add your own picture into it. Okay, that made no sense. What do you do that for? Um, oh yeah, here's that pencil on the bottom right-hand corner. Customize. Yeah, you can turn the shortcuts off, or you can turn today's weather at a glance. Recommended stories, I've already got that turned off. I don't like the recommended stories. But yeah, you can have solid colors, you can have photographs, abstract, celestial, and upload an image. So you can upload an image. Hmm. I don't think solid colors would work, but the abstract. Hmm. Nothing there. Try photographs. Nothing in photographs I want either. They don't give you an option of very many. Well then, see, I don't want to have blue on blue because some of my shortcuts are blue, and that's just gonna try that one. I don't know. I guess the mountains one will work. Um, hmm. Doesn't give any description about the picture either. I was kind of hoping they would. Huh, interesting. No, it doesn't give any description. Oh well. Yeah, at least I can 82 degrees and yeah, it's not looking too good outside. I mean, I've got to go to the bike shop anyhow. I've got a couple parts to pick up. Matt gave me a Matt wanted me to go over to Easy Riders and pick up a bunch of parts for him. I was just gonna do something. I forgot what I was gonna do. Hey, Darren. Hello, Jeff. Hmm. Hey, Wintermute. It's like the yeah, the experience points or whatever. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know, it's 2:36. So I got about 8 minutes here and I'll let you guys go at a quarter two because there's other things I want to do and I don't know. I might try going outside for a little bit and going to a few places, but I don't know. I know Matt wanted me to go over there and I got to pick up a few things. And it wasn't too bad when I was out earlier today. Um, it really wasn't. I need a new tripod is what I need. These legs are just. I don't know. Yeah, let's check out the weather and see if it still says it seems still want to see if it still says unhealthy. I have a feeling it does. Or that it's gonna say. Hmm. No, we got a heat advisory. Heat advisory from 12 o'clock p.m. Saturday, July 26th. It ends at 8 p.m. Saturday, July 26th. So then what is our heat supposed to be tomorrow? Well, it's only going to be 89. Heat advisory with smoky air. And Sunday is supposed to be thunderstorms. Uh, Thunderstorm tomorrow in the late afternoon and on Sunday. Monday looks like area of low clouds and then some sun humid. Hmm. Interesting. Now it's starting to turn more cloudy than it is sunny, which they said it was going to do. And they're right. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's starting to become more cloudy than sunny. And they said in about early to mid afternoon, and it's 2:40. Yeah, it's no longer sunny out there. Which kind of makes me think it's going to rain, but there's no rain in the forecast today. So, being that they got rid of that, oh, I'm not on here. Being that they got rid of that unhealthy air quality, and it doesn't look all that bad, I think I will go out to the bike shops, and then I gotta go pick up something for somebody else. She dropped me a note and a text message asked me if at around 3 o'clock if I can go pick something up for her. And I think that other ding that I just got on my phone a minute ago, that's probably something. Yeah, that may not work because of. Yeah, that may not work. I may have to take and make. I may have to take off the list medications because what they're starting to do around here and it's just not for some medications. It's starting to become all of them. You have to have an updated ID card. So she wants me to go get her meds. If she has any that requires an ID card, um, yeah, I may have to talk to her about that. And then, yeah, just a bunch of odds and ends delivery stuff I gotta do. Nothing really difficult, but no computer work today. I'm getting no other kind of calls except for computers. Nothing in the computer world, but that's okay because there may not be anything to do with computers today. But I've got a long list of things that I do. If it's not computers, then it's this, and I've got a list that's probably 5 miles long of things that if I'm not building computers or working on computers somewhere, then here's a list of everything else that I do. And at the bottom, I said, "You want any services? Just call me," and I give them my phone number. At least for texting. I don't really like people calling me, but I'll have them text me. Because most of the time when they call me, I'm out on my bike, and then they get mad at me because I'm not answering the phone. Well, I'm not going to be trying riding a bike, reach behind me, unzip the pocket that the phone is in, pull out the pocket, and read the message while riding my bike at the same time, then turn around and put the phone. I tried that once, and I tell you what, I just about slammed into a car. I was on the side of the road. When I went back like this, I leaned to the right. The bike turned to the right. Thankfully, a half inch before it slammed into the car, I steered away from it, and I think, okay, I'll forget about the phone. That's why I usually just stop somewhere, get off the bike, and unzip it, take the phone out, read the message, put the phone back in there, zip it back up, and keep going. I can't be riding a bike and trying to get behind and unzip it, and then pull the phone out, and then read it without slamming into a car, which has happened to me a couple of times. I think the first time I did that three years ago, I was just kind of little wobbly. So I said, okay, so I just held on to the phone and the handlebars at the same time. And when I came to a stop, I just very quickly unzipped it, put the phone back in, got across the street when the light turned green, and I stopped again. I went and I zipped it up so it wouldn't fly out and hit the pavement like I did once before. That's the other thing. I really do need to get a new phone. Everybody's telling me I need to get a new phone, and they're right. That phone I have now is Android 8, and I think Android's up to 16 now. So yeah, I'm a little behind. So yeah, one of these days when I want to spend $200 some for a phone, I'll walk into Verizon and pick out a new phone. The only reason I have not done this yet, and I know there's people that can help me do this, but that phone that I'm using now has Facebook Messenger on it, so I can use the Messenger part of Facebook. But once they shut the services off to that phone, I won't have Messenger on there anymore. So what I need to do is I need to, well, after I get a new phone, which is probably going to be in a couple of weeks, probably after my surgery, after my hernia surgery, I'm going to go get a new phone, pay $300 some for the stupid thing. And then, see, here's the part that maybe, no, actually, I can't use that one either. Dang it. That I was just talking myself right out of a problem. And what I ended up doing is I ended up walking right into it. Because that Yahoo account, no, it wouldn't let me use the Yahoo account for Facebook. Or at least I kept getting some error message. So there is no for authentication or whatever Facebook wants. They want your actual email. Facebook has every email I've used. There is no other new email service that I can give them. I can give them my Windows Live account email. I guess I can give them that, but they'll say that's already been used. I can try throwing them Gmail, but Facebook is going to say, hey, you've already used Gmail. Okay, fine. You're right, I have. Well, how about Yahoo Mail? No, sorry, you've used Yahoo Mail already. Like, yeah, you're right, I have used Yahoo Mail. So I'm either going to have to use someone else's email, which I don't think Facebook will let you do. Because you have to authenticate yourself with that email. There's a question in there that I ask you that person can't answer because they're not you. Well, bravo, Facebook, yay. I think you just screwed me out of. Then that's why I'm keeping my old phone. Because right now, Messenger works on it. How and why? I don't know, because I thought that Facebook account got closed. Well, anyhow, anytime you go on to Facebook, and you look under my name, they may have gotten rid of them by now, because it's been over 2 years. But if you look up at Facebook and look up my name, you should see three accounts. Fourth one I think got closed. That's over 4 years and I haven't touched. So there should be 3 accounts. Well, there should be just 3 Rick Lakes. There should be a 1, 2, and a 3. But those are all 3 separate accounts. 4 separate accounts that I've used. And the last one I tried, which they rejected. And when I went back and tried using Yahoo Mail again, they told me you can't use this account. This has already been tied into this. You can't reuse it. Just saying, you can't reuse it. What do you mean I can't reuse it? That's what I do with all the other ones I've had. I use the same email. Now you're telling me I can't associate that email with my Facebook account? At least I can't. At least on my phone it wouldn't let me. Get on the computer, desktop. Yeah, same problem. It says it wants an email. I can't remember what the message I was getting. It was saying that email either doesn't exist, or I have to use a different one, or this email has already been used, or something. Anyhow, there's a reason why I can't go to Windows Live, Gmail, or Yahoo, is because Facebook won't let me, and that's why I'm keeping that phone that's over 5 years old, and it's barely working. I mean, the older it gets, no more problems show up. So eventually, before the summer is over, and that's not too far away, I'm gonna have to just get on my bike over to Northeast, walk into Verizon, and say, hey, and they always yell at me for breaking phones. The last time I brought my shattered screen in there, the guy looked at me and said, what is it with you and everybody else that brings these phones to us? They're shattered screens. I looked at him and I said, are you going to get me a new phone or are you going to yell at me about this one? He threw the phone down and says, well, yeah, I guess I can get you a new phone. You're just going to break it. I said, yeah, so if after I paid for it, why would you care? Well, he didn't like that either, so he went and got their crappiest phone, which is the one I've got, Motorola. And he said, well, I guess there's this phone, 100 looks like $102 or something. It ended up being, because the guy, I don't know, the guy said the screen protector to prevent it from shattering. If you were to drop it, it was, he said it was $99. But when I got the total bill for that, the screen protector was $102. And that was before tax. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think he corrected himself. He said, well, it's not actually $99. Looks like it's $102. And he wouldn't give me the option of not having the screen protector and not having the phone. Can't have the phone if I can't have the screen protector. That's their new policy around here, is everything's got to have a protection policy or some kind of a one, or you just can't have it. Well, with phones around here, you either take the screen protector and pay another $100 some for it, or they're not going to complete the sale. I guess he said they just can't do it because the company they're getting the phones from are saying that. Actually, I can go to Baxter. I bet you Baxter. Well, I bet you they would. I think the same guy runs both Verizons. So I may have to go down to St. Cloud or something. And my mom come pick me up, and I go down there for overnight, and then the next day I come back, and I'll go down there and have her take me to a Verizon and see. Well, I should probably have the screen protector because, yeah, if I do break the phone and drop it, the screen won't shatter. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts, and that's just what I'm doing, and that's kind of the directions I'm kind of heading in. Is I do need to get a new phone, but I don't have another email service to throw at them. Because the last time I closed down well, I didn't close it down, and that's why they're seeing the other emails. And I've told Facebook, I've got 3 other accounts. You need to close my other 3 accounts so it cancels out the older email addresses so I can go back to using my Windows Live Mail. They never did respond to me, and they never did take out my other 3 accounts. And they won't talk to you. I mean, there's no way to talk to Facebook, so that's kind of where I'm stuck. I don't think really getting a new phone is going to be as much of a problem as getting an email service for it, for Facebook. I think that's going to be my bigger problem. Going to getting the phone, that's easy. Just go pick up a phone. But getting the email for it, and a valid email that I actually use, I can't use because I've used them already. Or at least it keeps. Last time I tried putting in my Live Mail or Yahoo Mail or Gmail, it said all 3 of them were invalid or something like that, so I couldn't use them. And I took my phone to other different people and I had them try it, and no, dude, you're up for a new phone. It's not letting you use those email addresses. Well, it should, because I haven't used them for actually, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see maybe why they're doing that. I like how they used to do it. They don't let you do that anymore. You just hold up a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and you had to say, please, something having to do with your password, I think. Well, it'd be nice if Facebook would not only do that for the passwords, also for the email accounts. Tell Facebook to cancel that email account, and then you'll wait a few days for it to clear out of their system, and then you can go back to using an email account for Facebook. But they won't do that. I know other people around here have had that problem. They said, well, if Facebook would clear out my other email that I have, I can go back to using Facebook because that's the only account he has. Well, not anymore. I set him up with a different one, but and yeah, there's other email services I could get. I'm just not sure if I'm just not sure if I want it. Well, what I need to do is I need to get into Yahoo, which I'll probably do tomorrow. Reset the password. Well, I don't think that'll work either. Facebook has my Yahoo email. They have my Gmail. They have my Windows Live mail. I don't know if you guys know another email service that I could use for Facebook that I'm just going to end up throwing away because that's the only thing I'm going to use it for is to re-authenticate with Facebook again. And then I'm going to shut Facebook off and just go back to using the Messenger. That's the only reason I'm doing this is so I can keep using Messenger, but I'm going to shut Facebook off and just keep the Messenger on my phone like I have it now. I haven't used Facebook in over almost 3 years, but I can still use Messenger. You can't do that on the personal computer, I don't think, but I know you can do it on phone. Because on an Android, I'll show you and then I'll let you guys go. I got a couple minutes left. Yeah, see, I got rid of Facebook off this thing many, many years ago, but, there's always a but in my sentences somewhere. Ghetto Fortnite is playing his games again. End of life. Williams Office 2095. This is what I hate about. Okay, see, it's. See, there's my Messenger. But you'll never find anywhere on this phone Facebook. Because I took it off this phone over 2 years ago. It's almost been 3 years ago. Oh. Carrie's got a show today that I don't think I'm going to watch. I've got other things I've got to do. This Jody Broshman guy, I tell you, I'm about ready to delete him. Damn it, the only way to get that is to. Alright. Yeah. That wouldn't shut off. That wouldn't shut off. So I actually had to shut it off. The CNC equipment was starting to play there, and yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but that's why I need to get a new phone because of the problems I'm having with that. It just randomly starts playing a YouTube video. I'll have it in my pocket, biking down the road, and I'm hearing these voices. I'm thinking, there's nobody around me, but I'm hearing. It's my phone. I pull my phone out of my pocket. I have to stop on the side of the road. I have to literally sit there and shut that video off. Which then it shuts the video off, but then you go up to the little black X on the top. You have to hit that, which you have to hit that about 15 times for it to finally terminate the video. But that phone is starting to act up on me in ways I don't like it. But I'm going to get a new one. There is a new phone coming, but I don't know when. And with that, guys, with all that lovely information that you got today, which, I don't know. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go out and get some things done. Maybe. I don't know. I know I got to get over to the bike shop, so I think that's where I'm going to head to, guys. Just get out of here and go to the bike shop and spend close to $60, $70 on bike parts. So I need it for Just Not Mine. But I need it for Matt's and that other guy's three wheeler bike. I've got to work on that one a little bit. But some of those parts I think they may have to order. I don't think they'll have them there. Um, yeah. Anyhow, I'm heading out before it. Well, it says rain late this afternoon. Well, it might rain later this afternoon, but I hope not. But I do hope the rest of you have a good afternoon. Have a great, wonderful Friday. I will see you again on Sunday, 2 o'clock, same time, same place. Um, yeah. Catch you guys all next time. See you Sunday. Bye for now.